Setan Panusharas has been coming to the Chinese consulate to protest on this day of March 10th for more than 40 years. She explains why.
We are here today to commemorate March 10th, the final uprising day in Tibet in 1959, at which time the Dalai Lama fled Tibet along with about 100,000 Tibetans that followed him to exile into India. So since then, many Tibetans have escaped Tibet and spread around the world. And so that's one of the reasons why there's a diaspora in the U.S., myself included. So, however, we must, those especially who live in free countries, must never forget to speak for the Tibetans in Tibet who are unable to speak for themselves, because there is no freedom of speech, no freedom of religious practice without communist minders, and no freedom of language.
She says she has total sympathy with Ukrainians whose country is being invaded by Russia because that's how her family escaped from Tibet.
I see people just carrying like shopping bags, nothing, not even suitcases, with their belongings, fleeing from Ukraine to Poland and so forth. And Russia is behaving just like China did with us, bullying a small country with their might. And the same thing happened in Tibet.
Protesters brought a picture of a handsome young man. He has been identified as the 25-year-old pop singer T1 Norbu, who died after his February 25th self-immolation protest in front of the iconic Potala Palace in the Tibet regional capital Lhasa. He is the 158th Tibetan to self-immolate since 2009.
He sacrificed himself for the struggle of Tibet and to bring attention to Tibet. So the situation in Tibet is that horrendous, right, to a point where people are willing to give up their life in order to bring attention to what's happening in Tibet.
Karma Gelek is an IT professional in Redondo Beach. He has a clear message to the Chinese government and the world.
Continue to fight. The whole world is watching. And the message is, you're doing great, but you have to continue to fight. Fight your own battle. And the whole world will support you because it's the right cause.
According to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's statement, in 2020, the House of Representatives enacted the Tibet Policy and Support Act, promoting the distinct religious, linguistic, and cultural identity of the Tibetan people, including the right to select religious leaders in accordance with their own belief system. And on March 9, 2022, the House voted to reauthorize the Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act, enabling the United States to impose sanctions on human rights violators in China and across the world. Jackie Rios reporting from Los Angeles.